Hey guys, welcome back to SA Homesteads. Today we're going to be talking about using horse manure in the garden. So let's get to it. We have 3 horses here in our farm. As you can see, this is the paddock that they grazed on, that they're going to graze on in winter. At the moment, they're just wandering around our 64-acre farm, grazing on our lawn and just on the grass growing around the farm until we go into the middle of winter where there's not enough grazing left for them, and they'll come into this paddock here. You can see on this hillside behind me here, that's where they're grazed for summer, but we can't put them there anymore because they have completely demolished all of the grass and only bushes are left. So we use a rotational grazing method for them, just to allow that land to rest and then regrow while they're grazing on another piece of land. So I find that well-rotted horse manure does very well in my garden for my plants, and manure that has just been setting and has cured basically for about 2 weeks. Manure that is fresh and still warm can actually potentially burn your plants and kill them. So I'll just walk around here and pick up all of the manure and put it in my trusty old bucket, and I will then go up to my house and show you guys how to use it in the garden. So you can see that this manure is actually quite old, it's crumbly and it falls apart. That is a sign that it's good for using and that it won't burn my plants. Now I'll just go through this and I'll just break it all up just so that I can add more into my bucket and maximize my efficient bucket that I have here. You can actually see here where the manure is that there's a whole lot of plants, grasses actually sprouting out of their little dollops of poo. This is either something that we're feeding them. This looks like oats or cuckoo grass, although cuckoo grass is a runner, so I'm not quite sure what this grass is, but obviously they've eaten some seeds and they germinated. Here's another example of where all of a sudden just bare dirt around it, and then you get this green, beautiful green patch where their poop is. So obviously they did eat something, might be in the feed that we feed them, and they have germinated. So you can actually see what damage they do to the area here, but that's what you get for having horses. Horses can actually be beneficial to your land. They can actually loosen the soil where the soil is very compacted, and they can actually they'll step on plants and that can break down and form as mulch, and they can also press the seeds in and make seeds come in contact with the soil so that they germinate. So here's another mound where they pooed, and I see that this is actually oats. So that does make sense because you can actually see in here, this is the oat pod, and if you break it open, you'll find the oats. And these are actually your table oats that you do eat. So those little green plants that we saw coming out of the poos were actually oats. That will come from their food that we feed them, normal just horse pellets, and yeah, they obviously germinated and they didn't get destroyed by their acid in their guts. As I was digging through this one pile, I actually found some worms. So this is obviously, you can see that underneath they have started to break all of this down. There's another worm right here, which is actually a good sign, and you can see all of this white bacteria which help break down all of the nutrients. Right, so I filled up my bucket and let's go up to the garden. I'm going to show you how to apply it. So I'm in the back of my garden and, excuse me, my garden is a real mess at the moment. Mostly because we're going into winter and I haven't managed to grow any winter seedlings, so I'm just going to push through with an ugly garden until spring. So I'm back with my bucket of manure and I'm just going to show you the various ways that you can actually apply it to your garden. One of them is you can make compost tea, which is very efficient and is available to your plants immediately. So what you can do is you can just place the manure in a cloth and tie the cloth closed and place it in a bucket of water, leave it in a warm area, and all of the nutrients and minerals will actually seep out of the manure and into the water. You can then apply the water, compost tea to your garden by diluting it with water, and your plants will be very happy. You can also use compost tea as a foliar spray, and yeah, you will see a big difference with compost tea. Another way is just applying it straight around the plants as a mulch, and it will just slowly decompose and provide nutrients to your plants slowly. Another one is you can actually just amend it into the soil, therefore it will actually come in contact with your plant's roots more a lot quicker, and basically all of these methods, all of the minerals are going to get given to the plants. Either it's quicker or it's slower, but either or your plants do get well nourished. Compost is a very good thing to add to your soil, as it retains moisture and it just helps build up your soil structure and your microbial activity in your soil. So how I'm going to apply this to my soil is I'm just going to use it as a mulch, and I'm going to just water it well afterwards and watch my plant grow. So I'm going to apply the manure to one of my banana plants here. You can see they are actually struggling a bit, even though we're in winter, but they are quite protected and they are struggling a bit. So I'm just going to help them along. You can see my soil is absolutely poor and dreadful, and hopefully this just helps my plants a bit. So I'm just going to spread it around my plants, break up any chunks, and just apply about 5 centimeters or so thick mulch around my plants. Like so. There we go, you can see that the plant's looking much better in my point of view, and hopefully this will just help them get rid of any deficiencies that they have and just help them look more nourished and green and beautiful. So I'm in the front of my garden here. The banana that we put the manure on is down in the shade over there, and I'm just going to apply some manure to my herbs over here. So I have some a basil plant, one lavender, and a few different two different types of rosemary. One is your standard and one is your normal rosemary. I'm just going to also just apply it around the base of these plants here, like so. I'm just going to spread it around the roots here. This garden needs to be weeded, but I'm just going to spread it around the whole garden here, because I find that the soil here, particularly where my herbs are is very dry and does not hold moisture very well. Even though I give them mulch, I put lots and lots and lots of compost in, but they just don't seem to be moist. There we go. I think it is something to do with this tibashina that I have here, with it drawing all of the water away from the plants. But yeah, so that's how you apply your manure to your garden. Manure is very beneficial to your garden, and I just can't say it enough times as to how good it is for your garden. Horse manure in particular, mostly because it's very abundant on our farm, is just one of my favorite manures. Another one is actually pig manure and rabbit manure. I find that chicken manure that we have is okay, but it takes a long time to break down fully until you can actually use it, because if you just place it on your plants, you will actually burn them and kill them. So I don't really use chicken manure that often. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please share, like, and subscribe this video, and I will see you guys next time. Hey guys, welcome back to SA Homesteads. It's a beautiful day here in South Africa on the farm, and I just wanted to show you guys my orchids. I just also wanted to give a very warm thank you to all of the subscribers out there that have subscribed to my channel, and people that have given me shout outs, such as Gardening at Dwenza. You should definitely check out her channel. I'll link her in the description. She gardens in Ireland, and she has just really helped me with my coniferous plants. So I'm just going to show you guys my orchids quickly, and yeah.